you're a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show him who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. Thank you guys for being here today. If you are new to trading, new to the Strat, or new to the channel, we are about to change the way that you guys trade in the stock market. Okay, so if you haven't done so below, go down, click that subscribe button, and then hit the bell. That's the important part. The bell will give you the notifications for when I send out videos just like this one every single day. Okay, this is our review video on Lucid, a trade I took today. I send out daily setups for you guys every single day. I send out a top 5 if available every single day. I send out weekly swings, monthly swings. Guys, I've got over 200 videos for you guys to go through to learn how to trade in the stock market like you've never seen before. Okay, we trade off of price action. We don't need indicators. We trade basically off of what the candlesticks tell us. So if this is the first video you're watching, you might want to go back and watch some of the learning tools first and then come back to stuff like this. But this is our trade we took today on Lucid. If you are new, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. I call trades out just like this one every day. You can comment there. You can DM me there. Ask me whatever question you need. I will help you guys out. I love making the videos for you. I love answering the questions for you. Okay? In saying that, the videos take time. I want to keep it free. I don't want to start a Discord to start charging you guys. I want to keep that money in your pockets. So in order to do that, I would just ask that you guys, and I know it sucks, watch those 15-second ads for me, please. That lets the advertisers pay to keep this stuff free for you guys, okay? So let's get right into this. Lucid was on our watch list yesterday. We had a 2-up that finished red. The time frame was on our side on the month, quarterly, and yearly. We just needed that day in the week to trend down. We had that happen, okay? So this was on the daily chart. Let's hop down to the 5-minute. We'll show you how this thing played out. So let me scroll back. There we are, the 27th. And this, guys, was about a 25-minute trade, and I sold it three separate times for a combined 28%. The lowest was 25. I think the highest was 37. Okay, so this is our opening bar on Lucid. I'll zoom in to help you guys out. We'll make it a little bigger and fatter for you guys. This was our first bar. So we opened here, trended up, and we came back down. I think it was probably about the third or fourth minute, somewhere in that range, where we triggered. Remember on the daily I showed you guys where that trigger was? So we triggered in, and then we came back up. So at this point, guys, I was waiting. If we would have come up above this point here, I would have been out. Okay, this was such an early point in the trade. For me, the risk management, I'm okay with taking a loss up here. Okay, so a lot of times, a lot of guys, if you have smaller accounts, just take your loss here, get out, and try again. Okay, and you could have done that, got out and tried again. In the worst case, you would have just lost what you put into the trade for fees, if you have any. Okay, for me, that wasn't a big enough risk for me to get out of the trade at this point, so I stayed in, and then we trended down. This right here, because we'd already come up once, and that's just a me thing. It's not a strategy. I wanted to take profits here. This profit here for me was 25%. And to be honest, guys, realistically, if this thing would have come up into this range anywhere in here, I would have been out of the trade. I probably wouldn't have waited that long for it to come up this high. It would have been somewhere right in this range where I would have got out. So we came down. I took profit here. The first target's down here, but this first place where I took profit here was 25%. I'm okay with 25% on a trade. So I sold half right here. Okay? And then we come up into the next 5-minute bar and we trended back up. And again, not enough for me to get rid of it. This would have been the stop loss here on the top of this second candle. Okay, right there. Let me put that in for you guys just so you can see it. Right there, okay? So we barely broke through that. So I held, to be honest. Okay, if it would have come up a little bit higher into this range, I would have been out. I probably would have been in that break-even range somewhere. I probably would have had a little bit of profit, okay, based on this 25%. I don't know what the cost value would have been at this range. Probably would have been at a -10, -15% in that range, but came up and then we came back down again, closed through here, or came through here and then closed here. My next profit that I took was in this range here, okay, at about 7:45, so we're 15 minutes into the day. This was at 38%. So again, if I'm taking 25, I'm definitely taking 38. I sold another 25% here. So 50% was at this line, 25% was down here, and then my final 25, if it ran, it ran. If we hit a reversal, we hit a reversal, and I was going to be out. Okay, so sure enough, this 2 green, we had a 2 down that finished green, and then we broke right there. Okay, so I sold out here, and it was a little bit less than the first 28 that I took because it was past where I took profit the first time. So this was about 25% on the final 25% of my shares. So again, 50% of my shares sold here, 25 here, and then 25 here. So it was 25, 38, and 25 for a average of 28 minus fees, etc. And then this actually did end up coming down and hitting targets. Okay, so we did hit the first target that we had, and that probably would have been about a 50% play right there, 60% play, if you had the patience to wait for it to hit that target. I leave to drop my kids off at school right in around this area here. So if I'm making 28, 25, 30, 40, 50% within the first 20 minutes of the day, which happens a lot of the time, I'm okay with that, okay? I don't need 100% every single day. If I get it, awesome. If I don't, that 28, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40%, all those gains allow me to meet what I need to do daily to survive in this game and just doing this, okay? So again, we broke through that trigger. My first profits were at this purple line, 25%. I'm taking it. Then we came back up. Wasn't a big enough risk for me to get out of the trade. That's my risk management, guys, and that's something that you guys have to decide on. If you want to break even on that trade, then you break even on that trade. If your risk is way up here, and this is where you feel like you should get out, that's a little high for me. I probably wouldn't have waited that long. But that's on you guys. So I can show you where to get out and how to get out. But ultimately, it's up to you guys on how you guys want to manage your trade. Okay? And this, you know what, guys? This very easily could have gone against me here and up into this range. It could have happened. It's very, very, very easy for that to happen. Like I said, I would have sold somewhere in here. If this would have came up much past this right here on this second 5-minute candle, I would have been out of the trade. Okay? Would have been done for me. Again, here off of this second 5-minute candle, if it would have been up in this range here, I would have been out on the trade. Okay? And I would have taken a 15% loss on it. Okay? And then I would have just moved on to the next trade. Same thing with here. I took my 25, I took my 38, or my 28, I took my 38, and I took my 25, and I didn't look back. And I sent out a tweet, don't look back. Take your money and run. 28% is a really, really good gain, and if you can do that consistently, guys, you're ahead of most traders. If you can manage your risk, keep your losses small, and take these little 20, 25, 30, 15% hits every single day and manage your risk, you are far, far better off than the majority of traders out there. That's the hard part, is not being greedy, taking the money when you see the money, and letting go of the trade when it's not working for you. And that right there, that last part, that's the key. That is the ultimate hard part for people to do, because they're stuck on hope, they're stuck on greed, and they're not seeing the bigger picture. Just like in the Strat, when we're not looking at the multiple time frames of the day, the week, the month, whatever, you need to do that with the trade. This is one single trade. Don't let one trade ruin you. You know, you get out with a loss of 0 to minus 15% and move on to the next trade. Okay? There's always more trades. And if you can do that, you will win the majority of the time. You can take a 10, 15% loss, and if you take a 28% gain, then you're good. Take a 30%, 40% gain. And if you can do that consistently, guys, and keep the losses small consistently, you will be ahead of the game. Okay, so that's how we traded this today. If you guys have questions, leave them down below. You can ask me on Twitter. Hopefully you guys understood what I did there. Again, I didn't take any profit at targets. Okay, but 78 cents is a long way to move. And I don't have a lot of time to wait for that to move. I like to be in and out of trades. I day trade. I'm not a great swing trader. I don't want to say I'm not great at it. I don't do it a lot. Okay, very, very few times do I put in swing trades, but I will do it. I'm more of a day trader, and I like to be in those trades for not more than an hour. Okay, if this thing's running, if it ran, I would have stayed in it, and I would have set a moving stop loss at about 10%, and that would have been it. But it was a little choppy. It came up and it came down, and it was jumping around. So I'll take my profit where I can get my profit, and you don't need to look back. Okay, guys, that's the video. Hope you guys understood it. A little bit of psychology at the end for you guys. Hopefully that helped out as well. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe down below, watch those ads, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.